of Crane's siblings had died. In 1884, his 28-year-old sister Agnes Elizabeth, a schoolteacher and short story writer, who had been as much a mother to him as his own mother, and had encouraged his interest in books, was killed by meningitis. And in 1886, his 23-year-old brother Luther was crushed to death when he fell under a moving train while working as a flagman and brakeman on the Erie Railroad. After one disaffected and aborted year as a college student, a single semester at Lafayette, followed by another semester at Syracuse, where he played on the baseball team and registered for just one course, Crane headed back south to the twin destinations of Asbury Park and New York City, determined to make his way as a professional writer. He was not yet 20 years old. On September 28th, just blocks away from where Crane would soon be living in Manhattan, the unread and all but forgotten Herman Melville died. On November 10th, thousands of miles to the east in Marseille, France, Arthur Rimbaud died at the age of 37. 27 days after that, Crane's 64-year-old mother died of cancer. The newly orphaned budding writer had only 8.5 more years to live himself. But in that short time, he produced one masterpiece of a novel, The Red Badge of Courage, 2 boldly imagined and exquisite novellas, Maggie, A Girl of the Streets, and The Monster, close to 3 dozen stories of unimpeachable brilliance, among them The Open Boat and The Blue Hotel, 2 collections of some of the strangest, most savage poems of the 19th century, The Black Riders and War is Kind, and more than 200 pieces of journalism, many of them so good that they stand on equal footing with his literary work. A burning boy of rare precociousness, who is blocked from entering the fullness of adulthood, he is America's answer to Keats and Shelley, to Schubert and Mozart. And if he continues to live on as they do, it is because his work has never grown old. 120 years after his death, Stephen Crane continues to burn. 2. It could be that I am exaggerating somewhat. That Crane continues to burn is not in question, but whether he lives on as brightly as those other 2 soon extinguished burning boys is less clear. Once upon a time, almost every high school student in America was required to read The Red Badge of Courage. I was 15 when I first encountered the novel in 1962, and it was an explosive, life-altering discovery for me, as it was for most of my classmates, boys and girls alike. But now, for reasons I find difficult to understand, the book seems to have fallen off the required reading lists, which has the double effect of depriving young students of an important literary experience and relegating Crane to the shadows. For if my classmates and I hadn't been exposed to The Red Badge of Courage, it is doubtful we would have taken the initiative to look into other works by Crane, the poems, for example, which can cause a sudden general shock to the system, or the short stories, or the brutal depiction of New York slum life in Maggie. My evidence is purely anecdotal, but when I recently asked my 30-year-old daughter if she had been assigned the book in high school, she said no, which led me to begin an informal survey of her friends, 15 or 20 young men and women who had gone to high schools in various far-flung parts of the country, asking them the same question I had asked her, and one by one they all said no as well. Even more surprising, only one of my literary acquaintances from non-English-speaking countries has ever heard of Crane, which is also true for the vast majority of my English acquaintances, even though Crane was just as celebrated in England as he was in America during his lifetime. My non-American friends are familiar with Twain, Poe, Hawthorne, Emerson, Whitman, Henry James, and the once-neglected Melville and Dickinson. But Crane, who deserves to stand among those gods, in my opinion, is a cipher to them. That isn't to say that Crane no longer exists. His principal works are readily available in